This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
And we're picking up right where we left off here, July of 1986. And what do you know? We get started with the Great American Bash on July 1st in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Veterans Stadium. There's over 10,900 fans there. You're going to go on last. It'll be Dusty and Road Warrior Animal taking on Ole and Arn in a steel cage match. Of course, right before that, we had the best of 7 series kicking off with Nikita and Magnum TA. Nikita's going to go up 1-0. We also had the Rock and Rolls finally getting to tag with Baby Doll to take on Jim Cornette and his Midnight Express. And who could forget Flair and Road Warrior Hawk, which we teased last week. But you got this big concept, right? The Great American Bash. It's going to even have, concerts from Joe Ely and Delbert McClinton. And we got 10,900 fans here. So it sounds like a lot of fans, but in Veterans Stadium, it doesn't look like it. But man, a stadium show? That's got to be exciting. Are you nervous, anxious? What do you remember about this night?
Yeah, all the above. It is a big stadium, and it made for a lot of empty space, but just being outdoors in that setting also made it big, and it was just different. And you felt like something was different about it, and different means special. And I think the people of Philadelphia felt the same way. And it was just, it was a great time, man. It really was a great time.
I want to mention that, the bash is going to continue the next day, another stadium show, this time in Washington, DC, same concert performance, but RFK Stadium. And here you're in an Indian strap match against Wahoo McDaniel. But unfortunately, there's only 6,300 fans there. Were you guys, after 2 nights of this, where you're in a stadium show and really it could have just been an arena show, were you second guessing the concept? Were you worried about your payoffs? What's the chatter amongst the boys?
No. And we weren't thinking, that far ahead. It was just, like I said, the ambiance was different, and it was different than doing house shows and the same old thing, just being outdoors and having the entertainment and all that stuff surrounding the show. It felt different, and you weren't sitting there doing the math. Well, God, I wonder what the rent was. In those days, Conrad, today we sit here and wonder, was that a good business decision? Man, when you're a wrestler and you're in your 20s and you're traveling the country to a different stadium where all the history of the teams that played in those stadiums before you, it was a very real thing. And we're looking at locker rooms and looking at the stadium and remembering games that had taken place there. You just felt like you were part of something special.
It was special, no doubt about it. And again, you're in here with guys that you've looked up to your whole life. The first bash show in Philly, you're teaming with Ole, you're taking on Dusty and Road Warrior Animal. The next day, you're in an Indian strap match with Wahoo McDaniel. I mean, the little kid in you's got to be like pinching yourself. I can't believe this is happening. I'm wrestling in a stadium against Wahoo.
I was fans of all these guys.
Yeah.
And it was never lost on me just what a blessed situation I had been put in. It really wasn't. Every single day whether I was in the ring and they came out next or vice versa, I looked at them for who they were. They were superstars, and they were incredible athletes, and what they had meant to the business prior to me getting in made everything that I was able to do possible. And you always have to go back and think of the ones that came before you and provided, the opportunity for you to even be in the business, and much less the top guys like Wahoo and Dusty and all those guys, Ric Flair, being around all those guys, man, it was a humbling experience. Really was. Arn Anderson, good God.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.